Episode 12. He talked to her. Serena glanced at Eva coldly and saw her face twisted out of jealous. With a smile, Serena ridiculed. Bad personality and language. I am very reluctant to admit that you are a classmate of mine. Serena turned her eyes away with arrogance. Serena was 5'4", a bit smaller than the size of Eva. However, at this moment, she gave Eva an incredible amount of pressure. It was not about the height or the look, but psychology. The pressure was enough to break Eva up. Edward couldn't resist the temptation to check Serena out. At this point, Serena was incredibly chic with her movements and gestures. Compared to that girl in high school, she was a different person. In front of Serena, Eva looked like the ugly duckling, and Serena was the white swan. The huge difference made Eva feel even more angry. She clenched her fists and was about to shoot fire from her eyes. Eva yelled, "However, I am even more reluctant to admit that a person was willing to sleep with a man older than her father is my high school classmate." "That's enough!" Edward stopped her. "That's too far!" Coming from a rich family, Edward knew better than anyone else that his older sister had her eyes on the handbag for more than half a year, but still failed to buy one. The fact that Serena was able to purchase the bag told him that the man behind her back was very important. In addition, Serena was behaving in a much different way as well. Whether she was a mistress or not, Serena was not someone they could afford to cross at this point. However, Eva did not know why Edward said that. She flicked away his hand and cried, "Too far? Do you feel sorry for her? Seeing that she has become so pretty and awesome? Are you planning to go back to her?" It was the most embarrassed moment that Edward had ever felt in his life. He bristled. "Have you had enough? Let's go. This is so embarrassing." Serena sneered, deciding not to pay her any attention. It was not worth her time to quarrel with someone like this. After she swiped her card and signed, Eva exclaimed again, "You bitch! You slept with the headmaster for college and slept with an old man for his black card! A dog always eats shit!" More and more people gathered, and all the eyes were on Serena. However, Serena did not look nervous at all. She was only indifferent. "Eva, do you know how many years you would spend in prison for libel?" Seeing that more and more people were gathering, Eva raised her voice. "You were admitted to a famous university, but I did not do well in the college entrance examination. Everyone knew how good I was at school. You must have fucked the headmaster to swap your score with mine." Serena was speechless. Indeed, she had not been very good at school previously. However, with the pressure from the Clark family, she had worked very hard and stayed up all night for more than a month in her senior year. After the college entrance examination, she had immediately fallen ill. However, she still did not get into the ideal major according to the Clark family's requirement. That was why she had to compromise and go to the business management major of Austin's University. How come in Eva's mouth she was using unfair means? More and more people were gathering. Some of those people were recording the scene and uploading it to the web. Serena was not nervous at all. Looking at Eva, she said openly, "What about the proof? Since you are so certain, give us the proof. I am curious to know how I could sleep with the headmaster without myself knowing." "Proof? What proof do you need?" Eva sneered. "The fact that you, such a bad student, ended up in a famous college is the best proof." "Oh, is that right?" A male voice stood out among the noise, sounding deep and mellow, followed by steady footsteps. The tall figure came over against the light. He glanced at Eva and then Serena. Seeing her outfit, his eyes lit up for a moment. President Jake Robinson! President Jake. The shop assistants, who were initially enjoying the drama, immediately stood up when seeing the tall figure, their eyes lighting up with admiration, lust, and jealousy. It was a man that was almost like a god. As the youngest, most eligible bachelor, Jake had always been very low-key. Unexpectedly, this busy man came to the shopping mall under his name, to everyone's surprise. The mean look on Eva's face suddenly became affection. President Jake Robinson! President Jake Robinson! Edward looked at Jake, who was wearing casual clothes with admiration. Obviously, Edward was very excited to meet Jake. Jake nodded, looked at his wristwatch and said calmly, "It has been more than 20 minutes already." He was talking to Serena. Seeing that, everyone was shocked. It was hard to believe that the president would talk to this woman this way. Eva was dazed. Feeling frustrated, she walked up to Jake and said, "President Jake, you know this woman?" Jake glanced at her coldly. "She has the worst character in the world. I suggest you stay away from her. She traded her body for a diploma in high school, and she's even worse now. Someone must have been providing for her. President Jake, you grew up with my cousin, so I do not want you to be fooled by her." Seeing Eva was giving Jake a warning, Serena suddenly felt amused. If Eva knew that the mistress she was talking about was the wife of Jake, how would she react? It must be very amusing. Thinking of that, Serena couldn't help grinning, which made Eva more upset. "Serena! How dare you smile? You're the one who is humiliated. That's why." Serena laughed, her pretty face without makeup extremely attractive. Jake suddenly felt his throat tightened. For some reason, he thought of the stare she gave him when she was naked this morning, and felt his mouth was dry. "You must have lost your mind. You're the one who was exposed in public, not me." "Oh, is that right?" Serena seemed to be in a good mood. "Well, you can continue to believe that." Eva was furious. The fact that Serena did not care was even more upsetting. "You!" Eva wanted to say something else, but was interrupted. "Lila is your cousin?" Jake's voice was incredibly charming. All the women present felt their heart racing. He was addressing her. Eva felt exhilarated, which showed on her face. He talked to her. He talked to her!